America have now crossed the 1 million mark. Though the top 3 buyers were from the host nations of the U.S., Mexico, and Canada, fans from 212 different countries and territories have purchased their seats, with England, Colombia, and French fans also turning out in large numbers. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Oh, no. Stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. Check on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is State Farm Agent John Wright. I'm a multiple-time winner of the Reader's Choice for one of the best insurance agents in the area. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect gift for your special someone. It feels real good to make the right insurance decision, too. The John Wright Insurance Agency is right here in Joliet to help you select the right protection at the right price. With me, State Farm Agent John Wright, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call me when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hurry in and save big money now at Menards. Improve your home's appearance with a new ideal garage door. Choose from our large in-stock selection or design your own using our free Garage Door Designer. In-store or online. Save big on ideal garage doors. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Miller Lite presents your Chicago football game day headquarters, Pelican Harry's in Homer Glen. Catch all the game day action this Sunday as New Orleans travels to Chicago at Pelican Harry's, featuring $1.50 beef, chicken, and chorizo tacos, $8 Miller Lite and Coors Light pitchers, and $14 Miller Lite and Coors Light buckets. And all the game day action on 22 televisions throughout the bar. 14807 Founders Crossing, Homer Glen. Celebrate responsibly.
When a legal issue confronts you, don't go at it alone. Mintz Law wants you to know that we live in the same communities and shop at the same stores as you. Whether you're needing business advice, real estate transactions, help with real estate planning, or family law, think of Mintz Law. With offices in Channahon, Joliet, Morris, Wilmington, and now in Frankfort. No case is too big or too small for Mintz Law. Call today for a consultation, 815-534-9515. Online at mintzlaw.com. That's MEENTS law.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-260-1679. 800-260-1679. Again, that's 800-260-1679.
It's time for Pigskin Preview. Coaches, players, fans, and experts. You get them all right here on Pigskin Preview. Powered by State Farm agents John Wright and Drew Mormon. On 1340 WJOL.
Good evening and welcome to the Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, your host, along with the coach, Joe Rodegaro, Evan Bredesen back in the seat, spinning the dials, and we will be with you for the next 2 hours talking IHSA football. Would love for you to join us. Either you can call us on the phone lines. If you're watching us live on YouTube, hello, everybody. EDGYTIM channel on YouTube. Very simple. Go to YouTube, search EDGYTIM, all one word, channel, It'll take you right there, and you can watch us live. If you got questions for us, you can submit DMs, and if we like them, Joe, we'll put them in. If we don't, well, we just won't. So,
as we always do.
This edition and every edition of Pigskin Preview brought to you by our tremendous State Farm agents, John Wright in Joliet and Drew Mormon in Lamont. Like a good neighbor, Joe?
State Farm is there.
Oh, and we've got an exciting show for you,
Oh, yes,
folks.
we do.
6:25 George Chart versus the People. We'll get into that in a little while. Matt Harding on his way, speeding his way back home from a long day at Manuka High School, will join us at 6:45. 7 o'clock hour, the Seuss Man cometh, the Wizard of Kankakee. Steve Soucy will join us in 7:25, and then 7:45, Luke Lokank, the head of your Lincoln Way West Warriors. By the way, Joe, that is our game of the week. So if you're wanting our broadcast schedule, 6:05 Friday Night Lights with Evan back in the seat, hosting the greatest pregame show in the state. Is it 7 or 7:30 kickoff? Have we determined that yet?
One says 7, one says 7:30, so we will talk to...
We'll say 7:15 kickoff Friday.
Somewhere between 7
at
and
Lincoln Way West as they host the Bradley Bourbonnais Boilermakers, Joe.
Yes.
Very, very good matchup.
Yeah,
so again,
be a good game.
Looking forward to bringing you that game on Friday. Joe?
Yes, sir.
First of all, I want to thank my lovely bride, Denise O'Halloran, for providing more desserts for us this evening.
Yes.
I try to tell her it's wonderful. You don't have to do that every week because, honestly, we really don't eat it while we're in the studio.
No, you don't.
But we'll never say no. We will gladly take it. Joe, fill us in. The WJOL EDGYTIM Big 5 poll for Week 8 is as follows.
All right, at number 5, nothing has changed last couple weeks. Morris is number 5. Providence Catholic is 4. Lincoln Way Central is 3. Lincoln Way West is 2. And Lincoln Way East is number 1.
You can find the revised Big 5 poll every Monday morning with Scott Slocum in the morning. And looking forward. And Joe, Jonas Williams watch.
Yes.
There's more records to be had. We already know he set the all-time career touchdown passing mark.
Yes.
It's at like 130-something and counting. So that's already put away, taken care of. Jonas is still on pace to set the IHSA all-time career passing yardage mark, Joe. Right now, he's at 10,724 yards. He is 466 yards away from setting an all-time record. That might happen next week, Joe.
It could.
And we have a very special show coming up for you people next week.
Yes, indeed.
Should we talk about it? Yeah, let's talk. By the way, if you want to join us, 815-254-7300. Matt Now is out there. Alex Acevedo's out there. He said he will see you, Joe.
Yes.
Tomorrow at the game. He will be there to watch his Bradley. I don't know if they're his, but watching Bradley. Alex, big Kankakee area fan for sure.
Yes.
Matt Now, everybody knows Matt Now. If you follow high school football, he's where is he? Milford.
8-man football.
8-man football. Attaboy, Matt. Love that. So Matt out covering 8-man football always checks in with us and always watches the rebroadcast, so we appreciate that. Joe.
Yes, sir.
Fill us in on your game last week, which ironically was my game as well.
We were out at Providence Catholic in Loyola, and I'm just going to preface this by saying that this is the best I've seen Providence play football since maybe the state second place first year under
Wow.
They were very good. Loyola jumped out 14-0, but then after that it was all Providence, and they kind of went back to old school stuff type football and ran the football. Brodenmacher had 24 carries for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. The key to the game to me was the fact that Providence ran 44 plays in the second half to Loyola's 16. That defense of Loyola was gassed on that last drive in the fourth quarter where Providence scored with 1:14 to go, with Mackert going in from 3 yards. There was carnage on the field. I mean, there were guys going down right and left. The offensive line for Providence did an outstanding job.
They were great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it was textbook running the ball football. They threw it a few times, but again, it was all the running attack, and you got to give a lot of credit to that offensive line. Although, after Providence scored to make it 21-14, Loyola went right down the field.
I was going to say, yeah, they drove the field. He threw. Matthew Lee led a terrific drive at the end of the game there,
and they went for 2 points. And I give the coach credit. And I think he made a comment in the.
Yeah, you don't go to New Lenox to tie it.
And he knew that his defense was gassed.
Yep.
So he went for 2, and I give him credit for that. And of course, was the quarterback was sacked and threw the ball, but he was basically sacked on the play.
He had him for sure.
Yeah, and
what do you think of Loyola?
They're a good team, but it's not the Loyola we're used to seeing over the last 3 years.
Yes. If we are our friends over in Frankfurt, we want to see them.
Yes.
This year.
Oh yes.
You want to get them.
Yes.
Let's go out to the phone lines. Greg's with us. Greg, welcome aboard.
Hello, guys. How we doing?
We're doing good. I got a little something special for you and our friends out at Lincoln Way East. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So next Thursday. Now, remember, we're talking Thursday. Lincoln Way East is hosting Sandburg.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Joe and I are going to be doing Pigskin Preview from Lincoln Way East. We will be out in the parking lot, so we fully expect Greg.
Yeah, we expect you, instead of calling in, we want you there.
Because we're not going to have any phones, so we're not going to have any guests.
Oh,
so you better show up. So.
Oh, I'll be there.
We'll have you on.
Yes.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, so that's our plan for next week. So I don't have an exact start time, but I'm sure it'll, maybe 5 o'clock, because I know it's a 7 o'clock kickoff. We can fill 2 hours.
Sure we can.
No worries. So we will be out there, and then obviously WJOL will do the game right after that as well. So, yep, we're looking forward to it, my friend.
That's on the east parking lot?
Yeah, for sure. No, come on.
Okay.
They're gonna send us out to LaGrange Road. Yeah. Yeah,
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the.
Hey, I always park on the west side because getting in and getting out of there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yes.
I know. I park in the neighborhood. I won't say that, but yeah, I park in the neighborhood.
Actually, where I park on the west side of the school and walk all the way over to the stadium.
Yeah, right. Well, say, I got a question about Lincoln Way East too.
Yep.
Because I was at the game last Friday night out at HF.
Okay.
And early in the third quarter, Jonas Williams left the game. And I'm thinking, wait, I didn't see any, injury type thing. And I was wondering if you guys heard anything about that, or what was going on.
Actually, one of the recap stories mentioned the fact that he had a little bit of an ankle issue. Nothing to be concerned with. Nothing major whatsoever. Just tweaked a little bit. And you don't see it this time of year. If he can save him up and get him rested and healed up, that's what he did.
Yeah.
So they were pretty well ahead at that time, and so we pulled him. So that's why.
Oh, okay. Because I was a little bit concerned. Usually they don't take them out that early, and they were still. I think they were up by 3 or 4 touchdowns. I can't remember at the time, but they put the second string guy in there, and he's still learning. He did he scored a touchdown. He made a drive, and they scored. But I did want to get your opinion on that. See what happened.
Yep.
I didn't see anything.
Yep. No, I did. I read a recap. I can't remember if it was Southtown. One of them had a recap, and they mentioned it. So all good.
Okay. All right. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
See you next Thursday.
We'll be out there Thursday.
All right,
Come
Greg,
join
looking
us.
forward to it. All right, buddy.
Okay, boys. Me too.
We
Bye-bye.
appreciate it. Greg joining us from Tinley, always on the show with us, and always great to hear from him. Gentlemen, in case you haven't noticed, it's been the silent Bobs lately.
Yeah. Where's Bob at?
Where are the Bobs? 815-254-7300.
Yes.
We need our Bobs back in our life.
Yeah.
One or both.
Yeah, for sure. It's not a show without those guys.
I was really impressed with Jordan McKinley from Loyola.
Yes.
Joe, you're upstairs. You see this kid on the field? He's a grown man. I mean,
as a sophomore.
As a sophomore, he is a grown man, and he is going to be a big-time player. And I think Matthew Lee's really good as well, the quarterback. I think he's going to continue to develop. Again, only a sophomore. And on the other sideline, I think Dominic Vita is going to wind up being a very good quarterback as well for Providence.
Yes.
So definitely got to see some really good younger guys playing.
Yep.
And which is always, from my aspect, it's always good to see. So Again, 815-254-7300. So, yeah, that was my Friday game. Really enjoyed it, like you said. Hadn't been out there for a while. Good to see a lot of old faces, familiar faces, and just very enjoyable. Had a really great time. Providence, always a very good experience. Personally, Joe, I still miss the Hill myself.
Oh,
but I understand progress and, you know, things happen, but I always loved the Hill.
Yep. So did a lot of other people, too. But
oh, yeah. Yep. You used to get a lot of people sneaking over there, watching the games, avoiding the gate. But, no, good times for sure.
Yes.
All right, we're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, Joe, it's going to get a little testy in here. We're going to talk to George Chart. We got a little something we have to approach him, and well, just stand by and listen. You'll hear it when we come back. This is the Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
It's football season, ladies and gentlemen, and that means game time. And just like your favorite team, you need the right defense. At the Drew Mormon State Farm Agency, located in Lamont and proudly serving the surrounding areas, we've got your back. From auto, home to life insurance, my team and I will help you make the winning play. And that's saving money while protecting what matters most. So don't wait for the fourth quarter. Switch today. Call the Drew Mormon Agency at 708-799-8020.
We've all heard that it takes a village to raise a child. When biological parents are unable to raise their children, grandparents and other caring adults often step up to help. Will County Seniors Program, GRG Plus, partners with non-parental adults to access the community services that exist to support them and the children they care for. Children and the kin that raise them deserve a village that cares. Call Will County Seniors now. A part of our community's rich tradition, St. Peter Evangelical Lutheran Church at 310 North Broadway Street in Joliet has been sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ for over 165 years and has the nation's longest-running continuous Sunday morning broadcast beginning in 1926. Reverend David Totsky, pastor of St. Peter's, invites you to join them in worship every Sunday for their divine service in person at 9 a.m. or on their radio broadcast at 11 a.m. here on 1340 WJOL.
Oh, let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Let's go!
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CLEAN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is a Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM along with the coach, Joe Radagaro, Evan Bredesen, spinning the dials, and joining us on the phone, the head coach of your Lockport Porters. And for this segment, gentlemen, the plaintiff, George Chart. George. George.
Which one of you are Judge Judy?
That would be the Honorable Joe Rodriguero.
Of course it's me, George. What
Hear ye, hear ye. We present to the People's Court my attempt to get a hold of Coach George Chart multiple times this week and not getting any reply whatsoever. Honorable Judge Joe, did I not present to you evidence earlier showing multiple attempts of texting the suddenly cell phone friendly George Chart? Yes or no?
We have a sworn affidavit for the.
Oh. I'll speak when.
Wait. It's not your turn yet.
Sir,
it's not your turn yet.
You will speak when spoken to. Sir.
You're going to be in contempt here. All right?
So I contend that I reached out multiple times during the week and heard nothing back. I was told that possibly I was being accused of having a wrong number. Yet I receive a text from the plaintiff at 5:57 p.m. this evening telling me, this is George Chart, this is my cell number. I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, all right.
Fire away, plaintiff.
Okay, it's your turn now.
Can I talk now?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you may
Did you
talk.
scroll up? Did you see any of your messages that you sent me?
I didn't have it. I've got all kinds of messages.
You said it. You didn't have any because you didn't send me it.
I will refer to George. I keep saying it wrong. To Judge Joe. Judge Joe, did I not show you evidence?
Yeah, he showed me the evidence, George. I saw it on his phone.
You want me to tweet it out? I can do that too.
Yes.
Hello, George.
Hello, George.
Hello, guys.
How are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great. Aside from everyone telling me that they were going to listen to me on the radio today at school, and I had no idea.
Nice. Yeah. Well, we just assume you have nothing better going on, and we'll just call you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, I could be on there every week if you want. Your ratings will go up. Come on.
Oh, they sure will.
They're really it couldn't hurt at all.
No,
honestly,
yep.
We really should. Why wouldn't we talk to you? Things are good these days.
Yes. Big win last week, kid.
Yeah, it was a very, very nice win. It was very uplifting for our coaches, our players, hopefully our fans too. It was really good to see our kids play the type of football game that they played against Sandburg.
Right time of year.
Team, you know?
Right time of year. Seems like things are starting to come together a bit.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get your best player back.
Yeah.
Colin Benitis has been a great lift for us. He elevates himself to play, to a certain standard, and the guys around him follow, and he plays on both sides of the ball. So, occasionally he'll get on offense, and he'll lift their game up too. He's had some big plays on offense for us. Against April North, he touched the ball twice, and I think he had like 79 yards and 2 touches. So he is definitely an upgrade for us.
And your quarterback had a great game last week. He rushed, Brendan Metcher rushed for 93, at 4 touchdowns I saw on the paper, and he passed for 133. And I saw the statistics by our good friend Randy Whalen, kind of a balanced attack last week, George.
Yeah, well, that only tells you half the story about Metcher. I use him in algebra. If I was teaching algebra, you could use the number line with him. He had 40 yards rushing, and then 30 negative, and then 40 positive, and then 3 negative. This guy runs forward, backward. He is such an exciting player to watch. And, that's what you don't see in those numbers.
Right.
He might be running for a 3-yard gain, but he just ran 50 yards, zigzagging
yes.
to get those 3 yards.
Yes.
Defensively, grade your defense. I know. Obviously, it's very close to you, but are they making progress? Are you happy where they're heading at this time of year?
Oh yeah. Every day in film session, I'm letting them know how I'm so proud of the fact that we've made progress, and we're showing so much growth. I put that today on one of the freeze frames. I just typed the word growth, and I asked them to see where's the growth at. some of the kids started pointing out the things that we were doing earlier in the year, and they're not doing now. They're growing. They're coming better, and it's showing on the field.
So you're that tech savvy now that you can put stuff on the tape.
Wow.
Well, I tell you
Oh
what.
yeah. No, I cut out a cereal box, drew on a marker on the back, and taped it up there.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Hey, whatever it takes, right? I thought, well, maybe you used the marker right on the screen, and then it would stay there for the whole time. But
I'm not that high tech.
Not that high tech. If there's one, you're playing pretty well, but if there's one area that you'd like to see improve, what would it be?
Cell phone use?
Well, besides that.
Yeah. Absolutely, cell phone use for sure. But our I've been saying this all year long. We got to clean up our. We had on one occasion, one account was 17 penalties, and the other one was 15, and that's negative yardage. So that just tells you how well we had to fight back against our own mistakes. And we're talking about penalties like, jumping off sides, not timing the snap right.
Yeah.
The other thing is sometimes every game we seem to be a little loose with the ball, and but we're getting better at that. So I think I would say that we need to clean up our coach, Chris Norton, calls it TNTs, plays that, that the ball hasn't even been snapped yet, and you're already in negative yardage.
Hey, I wanna ask you about, and again, I'm not like looking for a specific answer, but this is going to be the last year playing the DVC teams. Obviously, that ends after this year, and I know I'm hearing they're going their own way and doing things. I kind of had a back and forth with someone, telling them that they're telling me that they kind of been blowout games and it hasn't been a good match. But George, I didn't get that impression. I thought that. Even though there's obviously maybe been some lopsided scores, I mean, my impression was always that there were some pretty solidly contested games between you and those conferences. Is that the case, or am I off on that?
Well, yeah, I speak for myself. Our games have been competitive through and through. The ones we've won and the ones we've lost. Right. I think there's maybe two games where the score kind of a little bit didn't really reflect how tight the battle was on the field. But other than that, us at Lockport, we've won some and we've lost some, and pretty much in every one of those games, the game could have went either way. There was a few plays, that were the deciding factor. When you look around the scores, Lincoln Way East seems to be the team that's,
right,
the one team that's got the lopsided scores all the time. But other than that, I see it as a pretty good matchup week in and week out.
I kind of thought that way as well.
And again, I'm going back a year ago. They had a great year. I mean, especially North and Naperville Central.
Naperville Central had a great run.
Semis and I think the second round, right?
Yeah.
North and Central, yes.
Yep. So I didn't get that. But.
Yeah, I don't get it either. It's just 1 year here, and it just seems like they might be down a little bit. But as you said, it's all competitive games, except really for Lincoln Way East.
Well, I know Naperville Central, they'll be back on top here.
Right.
They've got a great underclass roster, and
and
North is just always good, no matter where they're at. They're playing hard-nosed football, tough-nosed football, and we'll always be battling it. And the same with the other schools. We're going to be playing. I think our non-conference games next year are going to be Naperville Central, and I think it was the Wabanzi. And so we'll still have a little.
Yeah, you still got a relationship. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If it was so bad, why are they playing?
Why are they playing you again?
Yeah.
No doubt.
I don't get that either.
Mattia Valley, what do they present? I know the record's not great, but they've got a young coach, and it seems like 2-5 isn't anything to write home about. But George, everyone's telling me they're playing a lot better football these days.
Oh yeah, I'm right here. I'm watching film again. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I'm worried sick about what they do. They're very, they're very scrappy on offense. They just do a lot of things, and they're at quarterback and zing it. He can throw it deep, and he can run too. And they've got a couple other good players that seem to be making big plays. And they do a lot of different, formations and such. So we better be ready for tomorrow. I know this week is we didn't let the kids fall asleep at all. We're on them, but you just never know who's going to show up. And their defense has been playing scrappy all year too. You know, and what I mean by that is very tough, physical, running to the ball. You know, and they're not going to lay down and let us, claim victory.
No, not at all. What are you mentioned going into that game and some concerns. Health-wise, you doing okay? I mean, team-wise, looking good up to this point. You got some kids out, or what's the latest?
Well, we had our, Benightus. We got him back, so I forget about everything else. But we've had a kid who had a knee surgery a couple of weeks ago. He's obviously not back, but other than that, it's your regular bumps and bruises. We came out of last week with the trainer with the training room Saturday morning was pretty much empty, except for your ice baths.
Yeah.
So
good.
Yeah, it is good. It's at this time of year, you hope that all the conditioning you did and all the weightlifting you did and all the preaching about taking care of your body and doing the right thing, and it's so that you can be in this kind of position at the end of the year.
Yeah, no question. Yep. All right, my friend. Well, I tell you what, we'll leave it up to Judge Joe. I think we'll end up probably settling out of court, probably at a breakfast. So
yeah, that sounds good. I will definitely pay that fine. Definitely.
All right, my friend.
Good luck. Good luck, George.
Thank you, guys.
All right. George Chart joins us from the People's Court, if you will. But Joe, you brought it up a couple weeks ago. We were sitting in the studio and we looked at Lockport's remaining schedule and said, you know what? They could make a run to the rest of the year here, and here they are.
Yeah,
and probably the biggest hurdle, the biggest hurdle for Sandburg.
I agree.
So.
And you got to play the games. Matea and I think
they have Matea and Nequa. So both on the road. Matea I think is turf, and then obviously Nequa's still the horrible grass in week 9, terrible grass. But
the win last week was
Evan,
huge.
To this day, they're still playing on grass.
That was huge.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
But yeah, that could be a real nice end of the season run for George. And it is, Joe. You got it going in the right direction at the right time of year. Anything can happen.
Staying healthy, the majority of the players, which is good too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So we appreciate George joining us and always being a good sport, as George always is.
Love him.
Yep, he's the best. Let's go through the area schedule, if you will.
All right.
Well, it's a must-win. Joliet Catholic at De La Salle.
Yep.
0-7 De La Salle.
Yeah, picking Joliet Catholic.
So you get the 3-5, and we all know what next week is. That'll be our Friday game of the week.
Right.
We will have Steve Susi in the 7 o'clock hour. One of the first things we will ask, JCA somehow finds their way to 4-5. Will they get in?
Yep.
We will ask him. Providence coming off that win at home over Loyola, on the road, down the road at Marion Catholic, taking on the Spartans, Joe.
No problem for Providence.
Okay. By the way, across the street from Marion, Providence fans, by all means, stop at Zarlangos.
Oh yes.
Go get some gelato. I highly recommend if you've never been there. If you haven't been there, shame on you.
Yes.
You should have been there multiple times by now. Lamont, Willie getting it done here lately as well. On the road at Richards, very good game.
Yeah, this is a tough game, but I'm not going to go against my boy Willie here. I'm going to pick Lamont over Richards.
Heard from one of my favorite players in this area, Graham Posick, a couple of days ago, talking about one of his linemen. So it was great to connect with Graham again. Plainfield South at Joliet Central, Joe.
I'm going to pick Plainfield South here.
Okay, stepping out there, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Joliet West 2-5 at Plainfield Central 2-5.
This is going to be Joliet West.
Okay. Joe, a big game in the East.
Yes.
4-3 Romeoville at 4-3 Plainfield East.
Yes, this is for the conference championship.
Yeah.
I'm picking Plainfield East here.
But
if Romeoville
can East get 2 in? They can.
Yes, they can.
They can. So it'll be interesting to see what happens the next 2 weeks. Hang on, let's look at that. So Romeoville has obviously at Plainfield East. Okay, then they're at Plainfield South week 9.
Plainfield East is
Plainfield
Central.
East is Plainfield Central. So very interesting. Hopefully both of them can find a way to get in. Joe, Wilmington at Reed Custer. Reed Custer at 3-4.
Yeah, they lost a tough game in double overtime, I think, last week to the
Hersher. Was it Hersher? Mantino, maybe?
Mantino.
Yep.
But I'm picking Wilmington here.
Yep. And then obviously a big Week 9 game, Wilmington and Coal City.
Yes, indeed.
The Kohlers, Joe, at home hosting Hersher.
Going to be the Kohlers all the way here.
Okay. Tell us how you really feel. Mantino 4-3 at the Tone, 3-4. Big game for Tully.
It is. I'm picking them at home to win. They've got to win out in order to make the playoffs. So
Morris at home, 7-0, hosting Sycamore at 4-3.
Game over. Mo Morris.
Yeah, not a real typical Sycamore team. Feel bad. Wish Joe Ryan was gonna have a better team to go out on after this year. Really good guy, very good coach as well out at Sycamore. Minooka, very good game here, Joe. Minooka on the road at Bolingbrook, both 5-2.
You know, this is a tough one to pick for me. If Minooka can...
Well, they've got to play great defense like they have all year.
If they hold Bolingbrook to under 14 or 17 points, that's going to be the key. If Bolingbrook gets in the 20s, it's going to be difficult for Minooka, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, you know, the thing with me with Minooka is that offense. They just got to find ways to score, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they're scoring 10 and 14 and 17, and that's
every
fine,
game's close except for the one
close.
we did. But yeah, I understand that.
By the way, is that Brian? That's our guy, Brian Stone.
Oh, Brian. Yeah.
Wants to know if Geneva gets in at 4-5. I will ask that of Mr. Susi when we have him on at 7:25. So, all right, we're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, out to the phone lines, and how about that? Matt Harding will join us from your Minooka Indians, and we'll talk about his big game coming up tomorrow night at Bolingbrook. You're listening to the Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-497-0593. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-497-0593. That's 800-497-0593. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the run my own business dream. This is the colleges paid for dream. This is the retire early dream. This is Busey, where your dreams and possibilities become moments. Through trusted guidance and expertise, through lifelong relationships. Because we're here to help you achieve the life you've always envisioned. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
The air is crisp, leaves are changing, and the aroma of fall fills the air. At Burcott Superfoods, we're celebrating everything you love about fall. From crisp seasonal apples for fresh baked pies and plump pumpkins, perfect for making your favorite dessert. Plus hearty roasts and tender pork chops to premium ground beef for your family's favorite chili. Along with Harvest home decor and an incredible selection of plump pumpkins, gourds, straw bales, corn stalks, and accents to make your home feel inviting. Burcott Superfoods, your fall starts here.
In times of loss, the support of your community can make all the difference. At Farkas Funeral Home, we've been a part of the Joliet community for years. We understand the importance of honoring loved ones while also embracing the strength of our community. We believe in supporting the people and places that make Joliet home. That's why we're more than just a funeral home. We're your neighbors, here to offer comfort, guidance, and resources during difficult times. Farkas Funeral Home, serving Joliet families with compassion and care, today and always. Learn more at farkasfuneralhome.com.
Hey, race fans, listen up. Don't miss the final race of the year. The Goblin Enduro 250 this Saturday afternoon at the Grundy County Speedway in Martis. Featuring a kids costume contest, kids candy scramble, along with kids power wheel races too. Grandstands open at noon with
your laundry routine with a durable and reliable Maytag laundry pair at Lowe's. Like the new Maytag washer and dryer with performance-enhanced stain-fighting power, designed to cut through serious dirt and grime. And what's great is this laundry pair is in stock and ready for delivery when you need it the most. Don't miss out. Shop Maytag in-store or online today at Lowe's.
Your official home for Joliet and Will County sports is 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is a Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach, Joe Radagaro, Evan Bredesen spinning the dials. And gentlemen, we'll go back out to the phone lines. Joining us is the head man in charge of your Minooka Indians, probably 355 maybe, 294 maybe. We'll find out. Matt Harding joins us. Hello, Matt.
How are we doing, guys?
What expressway are you speeding on right now?
Well, I'm still on a 2-digit interstate, so you know I'm not that far north from Minooka.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, too.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, is it different for you? Is Bolingbrook the absolute worst part of your commute?
Yes, that interchange right there to try to get on 355. I don't know how they haven't figured out how to make that at least a two-lane exit all the way through.
Terrible.
That really bottles it up there.
Oh, it's horrible. Friday about 4 o'clock. Good luck. It's
and then trying to get on 355. It's like you're in a NASCAR race coming out of the pits.
Yep, and that construction right there too. You know, it bottles it up even more.
Yep.
Trying to get on in the morning.
No.
People are trying to get on that Joliet Road that's down there and 55. You know, so
it's a mess.
I'm waiting for construction to get done. Hopefully it's soon.
Well, Matt, I'm sorry. I tried to get you Bears Coach of the Week, and they wouldn't listen to me. So.
You guys are good, man. We just finding a way to win.
One of these days, kid, they're going to come knocking on that door, I'm telling you. They're going to come, and they're going to have a big, fancy football for you and everything. So we'll get it done.
Well, I appreciate it.
But obviously a big win. Anytime you guys can get a win over Oswego, it's a great rivalry, whether people want to admit they're rivals or not. I think you are. And I think it's probably two of the best programs in the conference that go head-to-head every year, and they're always great games.
Yeah, you know, like I said before, in this side of the conference, it's like a car collision every time us and Oswego get together.
Yep.
You know, and it was like that Friday night. I mean, both sides of the ball decided to run the football, and I'm going to tell you what, there were some big-time hits on Friday night, and, you know, we came up on the positive side of that.
Yeah, defensively, Matt, you guys, again, all year, your defensive answered the bell, you know, all year. And again, against Oswego last week, I saw where Brady Keselowski had a tremendous game for you. But overall, though, the defense has done a great job all year for you guys. And it's a credit to the defensive staff that you have and to the kids. And I think I read someplace where Oswego was averaging 34 points a game, and you guys, they kicked a field goal on their first possession and nothing after that.
Yeah, you know, it starts with Drew Coy, obviously our defensive coordinator. That's a football name for you right there.
Yeah, it sure is.
You know, so we come in, he puts a game plan together for the kids, and the kids buy into what we're doing. You know, and the kids have ownership in what calls they're making on the field, and we find out when kids have ownership of something, you know, they're going to play a little bit harder with that. And we got some tremendous, you know, players on our side of the ball. And, yeah, they've been averaging a lot of points. I think they're on our side of the 50 only once, and twice, actually. And then, you know, Brady Keselowski ended up coming off the edge and a strip sack from behind. So he had a heck of a game with multiple pressures, multiple big hits, 2 sacks. You know, and a forced fumble. So he stepped up in a big way for us.
Well, and again, and you and I have talked about this. It's, you know, obviously it's the talent you have on that defense. But, pal, and you know this as well as anyone, that senior leadership is everything. And you definitely have that on the defensive side for sure.
Yes, for sure. You know, they're showing the younger people, you know, the younger athletes on how to do things and how to do things correctly. And just looking forward to seeing, you know, where we end up taking this.
Do you talk to the kids? Is playoff ever mentioned at all, or is it truly locked in week to week? Because I mean, there is so many things over the next handful of weeks that if they go your way, it makes a big difference. Getting these next 2 wins really helps improve your playoff chances, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not in our vocabulary. You know what I mean?
Right.
When Terry McCombs and John Belskis came in, and we kind of flipped the identity of the program to where it is now. Not saying it was bad in the past, but there's been a drastic change on how things are done and the perception of the program. And that word's not really tossed around anymore. Now it's like, okay, what are we doing after the second round or into the second round? You know what I mean? It's kind of moved into that. Kids are expected to make the playoffs now, and the expectation is to contend for a conference title. So we really truly don't talk about that. We just talk about attacking, obviously, the next opponent, and this opponent's going to be wearing black jerseys or red jerseys, and they still line up the same way. They put their pants on the exact same we do. It just so happens that they got a different color jersey on Friday night, and our kids buy into that type of mindset and just focus on each individual play. I mean, you only got 63 snaps defensively, maybe 70 snaps defensively. Well, in those 70 snaps, can you do exactly what's right at all times? And football, we need all 11 doing that, not just 2 or 3 people.
I'm gonna stick to the defensive side here against Bolingbrook. What are some of the things you have to? Seems like the quarterback and the running back they run kind of a mesh type offense, an RPO type thing, and what defensively, what are you guys going to have to really watch for to be successful tomorrow night?
Well, I think number one, we just need to stop their run. They got a tremendous running back. He's only a junior, but he's shown some great things, and the quarterback shifty is all get out too. So he does a lot of good things. He carries out his fakes. So we have to be gap sound, obviously, defensively. We tell our kids all the time we need to make sure that we out-hit people. That's a big thing that we try to hang our hat on. And then obviously we need to be able to match their speed. It is a matchup issue, obviously, speed-wise. But we got some wrinkles in our defense that we're able to put our kids in a certain position to be able to try to nullify that speed, And I'm excited for the opportunity for our kids to obviously showcase what they can do.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Matt, go over the offensive side a little bit. Talk about how your quarterback has progressed here since taking over for the big fella.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is his confidence. The confidence of coming in when his number was called, when Zane ended up going down, he had, a couple days to prepare for Joliet West, and we just try to have a basic playbook out there. We only walked away with a 10-0 win, I think it was, or something like that.
Right.
It wasn't much. It wasn't flashy, in anything we were doing, and we've been advancing it as we get going. Obviously, as he gets more comfortable and more reps, being able to read certain positions and see the different defenses out there. He's not playing a scout team player. So the good thing is we are a veteran staff, and obviously we have veteran players on the offensive side that can corral around him and really help him, play at his full potential. I mean, the leadership we have on the offensive side between, Cooper Fisher and Chase Nerzik and Tyler Minda and our offensive line. We've been able to keep, obviously, Clemmy up vertical, which is always good, keeping the quarterback up and not letting them get touched. So his confidence has been going, and the coach's confidence within the play calling for him. Realizing that, yes, we can call that play because we know he can do that now. It just comes with more reps and more experience. And I'm really, happy for this development, obviously, for Anderson, because he might have never have got this shot, obviously, if Zane is healthy. And, and then on the other side, I feel so bad for Zane because, he probably played his last high school career. So it's kind of twofolded, as a coach and player. And I know Zane is, really happy about the growth Anderson has had, too. I mean, Zane's out there at practice at halftime. He's still
saw him goofing around, throwing the ball. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he's throwing it 53 yards off his left leg and his right leg up in the air. I mean, the guy's got a cannon.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt. And you love to see that, too, because, hey, he's invested a lot in that program in the last handful of years, and you definitely want him on that sideline. And they're really nothing but a positive for sure.
For sure. Yeah, he's a great role model for the kids. And, I mean, he's one of the he's up there in one of the best athletes and competitors that I've probably ever coached in Paducah. I've been there 16 years. And I know there's been some below me, but I'm talking about multi-sport, not just one sport.
Yep.
His name's got to be up there, for being one of the best.
Yeah, I would think so. Hey, talk about your assistant staff a little bit and talk about those guys and kind of what they bring to the table a little bit. We give those guys a little shout out.
Yeah. I mean, we got a ton of coaches. We got 28 coaches on our whole entire staff. Freshmen are sitting at 7 coaches. Obviously sophomores have 8 coaches, and then varsity's got, I think, 13 or 14 up there. We got Shane Longest, who is our kicking coach. He got beat out by Robbie Gold with the Bears, and he's all-American kicker. So he's doing that. Kyle Knezetek, a former Illini snapper in the Rose Bowl. He's our special teams coordinator. Kevin Kane, obviously our OC. He's alumni grad and played quarterback for Minooka. Was head basketball coach there. Mickey Resner's still around at our wide receiver position. He does a great job. Brad Kuntz, a former head coach and played at University of Miami. He's there. Brad's got 2 assistants, Derek Wentworth, that played at St. Francis, and Dylan Meyer, who played at Illinois Wesleyan. Both those 2 are volunteer coaches for us, and we got 3 sets of eyes on the offensive line, for that. Defensively, we got obviously Drew Coy, the defensive coordinator there. Kyle Knezetek works with our safeties. Nick Mystic, who I think is one of the best strength coaches around, period, far none. They ended up winning a powerlifting state title last year. He's in our secondary too, and we got Isaiah Dupree, who played for us. He's going back to get his teaching certificate. And then we got Kenny Kirkland, who played for us and went on to, I think it was Roosevelt, and played linebacker there. So he's back on our staff too. So I hope Paige Schoolman. Paige Schoolman's been a 30-year, veteran in our staff and stuff like that. He's got a ton of knowledge. He's coaching tight ends and H-backs. So, I mean, there's just a wealth of knowledge, obviously, with all those guys, and I get to sit back and try to put all these pieces together, make a big puzzle over here.
Yeah, but I love the fact that you've got multiple former Minooka guys in that program. It's important.
Yeah, they want to come back and be a part of something. That's the biggest thing. And they tell you, I don't need to be paid. I'll be a volunteer coach, and they show up every single day. They're showing up on Saturday for 6-7 hours when we're, going over film and stuff. And they just want to give back to something that meant so great to them. And, you got a good culture when that stuff happens.
And I'm going to put this out on the air right now, making it public, Joe. The greatest, maybe single play in Minooka football history, Derek Wentworth. In the playoffs.
Overtime.
Against Barrington in overtime. They throw the big fellow the ball, and he brings it home for the Minooka Indians. Hands down. Tackle lateral. John Belskis and staff.
I saw that on tape. I remember that now.
On 4th and 10 to upset the number 1 seed Barrington in the second round.
Yep.
And you know what, though? Robbie Murphy. So Derek's been the only lineman in Minooka history to ever score a touchdown. And the homecoming game, Joe, if you remember, you were there. Robbie Murphy, number 60. He's the second lineman to score a touchdown.
There you go.
We made a big deal of that too. Believe me, man. We made a big deal of it.
Yeah, but it wasn't quite as big as Derek Wentworth.
No.
That's my guy. Derek's my guy. I'm going to defend him. So. All right, Matt.
Sell some fundraising cards too.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. We appreciate it. Good luck, okay?
Yeah, good luck, Matt.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. Matt Harding joins us from Minooka. Love to have him on. And Derek, that's my guy. I told him. Greatest play in Minooka football.
I remember that too.
No doubt. All right, we're going to step aside, take a break for the 7 o'clock hour. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll go back out to the phone lines. We'll open up the phone lines for you. Then Steve Susi joins us. Luke Lokank, both in the 7 o'clock hour. It's a Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
From the Abri Credit Union Studio, this is Will County's News Talk Sports. WJOL, Joliet.
Hi, this is Kathy Carosa from the Pocus on Tour radio show. Bruce and I would like you to join us every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., right here on WJOL 1340 AM. Will County's News, Talk, and Sports.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. A grand jury has indicted former Trump advisor John Bolton on charges he allegedly unlawfully transmitted and retained classified documents. ABC's Catherine Falders.
Yeah, well, we know prosecutors were seeking upwards of 18 or a dozen counts, presumably 18 counts of the retention and transmittal of classified documents. Now, we know from our sources that a federal grand jury has indicted John Bolton for allegedly unlawfully transmitting and retaining classified documents.
In a statement this evening, and speaking about the president, Bolton saying, quote, "I look forward to the fight to defend my lawful conduct and to expose his abuse of power." The White House says President Trump spoke on the phone with Russian President Putin today. This as President Trump gets ready to host Ukrainian President Zelensky at the White House tomorrow. ABC's Mary Bruce.
Zelensky has been asking Trump for powerful Tomahawk missiles capable of striking deep inside of Russia, something Trump said he discussed with Putin.
I did actually say, would you mind if I gave a couple of thousand Tomahawks to your opposition? I did say that to him. I said it just that way. He didn't like the idea.
As for Trump's sit down with Putin, the president says his top advisors will meet with their Russian counterparts next week. He says his face-to-face with Putin will come shortly after.
It's day 16 of the government shutdown, and Republicans and Democrats in the Senate have failed for the 10th time to pass a bill to reopen the government.
The government is closed, and we have the Senate that's going home for the remainder of the week and weekend. So the next time they could vote on this would be Monday, day 20 of the shutdown.
ABC's Perry Russum. At the center of the impasse, a stalemate over health care demands. House Speaker Mike Johnson today claiming Senate Democrats rejected a proposal to make Affordable Care Act subsidies permanent, a proposal that Democratic leader Chuck Schumer says never came. You're listening to ABC News.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month, and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
New recommendations from the Vatican's Child Protection Board. ABC's Chuck Sievertson.
The Roman Catholic Church has a moral obligation, says the board. The report had input from 40 abuse survivors from around the world telling how badly the church handled their cases and demands of what they need to heal. It said money settlements were necessary for needed therapy and other assistance to help them recover, plus spiritual and pastoral help, apologies, and being told what punishment and changes are happening.
In Oklahoma, the new state education superintendent appearing to roll back a recent controversial change planned for classrooms. ABC's Jim Ryan.
Last year, then Oklahoma School Superintendent Ryan Walters issued his mandate.
Every teacher, every classroom in the state will have a Bible in the classroom.
Walters has now left for the private sector, and Governor Kevin Stitt has named longtime educator Lindell Fields to replace him. Under pressure from the Oklahoma Supreme Court, the Education Department's Tara Thompson says
Superintendent Fields has no plans to distribute Bibles,
but does plan to give local districts a greater say in how they're run. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Health officials have identified the first severe Mpox patient with recent travel history in a patient in Long Beach, California. The unidentified man required hospitalization for a severe strain of the disease and is now recovering in isolation at home. Officials say the risk to the general public remains low, and they are currently working to determine if the patient's possible source of exposure. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Oh, no. Stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on Identify Doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's football season, ladies and gentlemen, and that means game time. And just like your favorite team, you need the right defense. At the Drew Mormon State Farm Agency, located in Lamont and proudly serving the surrounding areas, we've got your back. From auto, home to life insurance, my team and I will help you make the winning play. And that's saving money while protecting what matters most. So don't wait for the fourth quarter. Switch today. Call the Drew Mormon Agency at 708-799-8020.
Update your home and save big money with Mastercraft Doors at Menards. For over 50 years, Mastercraft has been making quality doors inside and out. Choose from the best in-stock selection of interior and exterior doors ready to take home today. Or design your door your way with our free designer in-store or on Menards.com. Save big on Mastercraft Doors and check out more great deals happening now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
That's the sound of the bone-chilling attraction, The Curse of the Bayou, in conjunction with a hair-raising hayride of horror. These dual haunted attractions, hosted by the Lockport Township Park District, are unfolding every Friday and Saturday in October from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and the last 2 Sundays in October from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Delwood Park, 199 Eastwoods Drive in Lockport. Come for the hayride of horror with all new frightening sights and sounds that will surely keep your eyes peeled for what's next to come in the woods. Then, we dare you to attempt The Curse of the Bayou, where a voodoo priestess has been summoned from the swamps with a legion of menacing monsters looking for a fresh, beating heart. Can you escape the maze unscathed? Eerie movies, bonfires, and live entertainment will also engross you. Group discounts and multiple ticket options starting as low as $15 per person are available at lockportpark.org. This event is sponsored by Citgo. For our younger kids, look for our not-so-scary hayride on October 12th and 13th. Tickets and info available at lockportpark.org.
By Land View Contracts and Exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-298-4932. 800-298-4932. Again, that's 800-298-4932.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It's hour number 2 of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM, along with the coach, Joe Rodriguero, Evan Bredesen spinning the dials, and Coach Joe. This edition and every edition of Pigskin Preview brought to you by State Farm agents Drew Mormon in Lamont and John Wright in Joliet. Like a good neighbor, Joe.
State Farm is there.
Speaking of Lamont, we're getting closer and closer to playoff time, and you know I always enjoy going out to Lamont in the playoffs, Joe.
Great pork chop sandwiches there.
There's always something going on there, and a lot of times, Joe, Saturday night. You know how much we love Saturday night playoff football.
Yes, sir.
Fingers crossed, hoping for that one. Broadcast schedule is as follows. Tomorrow night, 6:05, Friday Night Lights, Evan Bredesen hosting the best damn pregame show in the state, then we're going to split it down the middle. 7:15 kickoff at Lincoln Way West as the Warriors host Bradley in a huge Southwest Suburban Red showdown, Joe.
Yes.
Should be one heck of a game, and
looking forward to it.
Joe Rodriguero on the call along with
Nick Jacobs.
Where's Dewey?
Dewey took a vacation.
Wait. There's no vacations during football season.
I agree.
Well, except next year, 1 week.
Yeah.
We're a long way from that.
Yeah, a long way.
Okay. So, well, Nick's a good guy to bring off the bench.
Yes.
That should be fun. But no Dewey.
Nope.
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Oh, well, moving on. All right. So, phones are open, 815-254-7300. First of all, we have a Bob watch. We are looking for Bob.
Oh, yes.
Where are the Bobs?
Where are the Bobs at?
Bob and other Bob are missing. We don't like when our Bobs are missing. Guys, if you're out there, 815-254-7300. You want to talk Week 8 games, Week 9 games, 815-254-7300. Want to talk about the version of People's Court we had in the first hour, 815-254-7300.
We may get a phone call from somebody out there for that.
Oh, yep, we very well could. Let's continue to go through the games in the area, Joe. Plainfield North at Yorkville.
You know, Plainfield North has been...
They've had some close ones.
Close ones, and their quarterbacks out there have to go to a different type of offense, but I'm looking for Yorkville to win this one.
Mattia Valley, we had George Chart on with us a little while ago in the 6 o'clock hour. Lockport hosting Mattia Valley.
But Lockport's going to take this one.
I think Lockport's going to win out here.
Yes, they're going to wind up 6-3.
Lincoln Way East on the road at Naperville North.
You know, Naperville North is not that bad of a team, but going against Lincoln Way East,
yeah.
I just don't see it being close.
Yeah, you know, the thing with Naperville North is they haven't been able to score a ton of points this year. If it gets in any kind of shootout, I think North is in trouble.
Yes.
So. Lincoln Way Central at home, hosting Waubonsie Valley at 1-6, and again, that record surprises me, Joe.
Yes, but Lincoln Way Central all the way.
And then our game of the week, which we'll talk about this more a little bit later with Luke Lokank. Join us about 7:45 or so. We'll get into that. And Saturday, Joe.
Yes.
University St. Francis, they are home. They are hosting St. Xavier, 1 o'clock at the stadium.
Yes.
And look at what we're holding.
Yeah, I will be going.
Look at that, huh? Super special. We've got on-field passes
from Dave Laquetta.
Laquetta will kick me off. He's giving me this, and then he'll kick me off the sideline.
Yeah, bringing my
one
of my grandchildren, Mason, to the game.
So looking forward
to see how big the guys are at the college level.
Yeah, pretty big.
Yes, they are.
So,
yeah, I think his eyes will be wide open.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So again, good luck to St. Francis. We'll see them on Saturday at 1 o'clock, and looking forward to that. Again, welcome to join us, 815-254-7300. Would love to hear from you. Joe, let's go through the area schedules, if you will.
You got it.
Bottom up. Joliet Central 1-6. Plainfield South this week at Joliet West. Any chance they get another one?
I don't. Maybe this week, but
you know they've struggled with West over the years.
Yep.
So we talked about Plainfield South. They've got they're at Joliet Central and then versus Romeoville. Again, that Romeoville game could be very, very big
for them. Yes,
for Romeoville.
So Romeoville also. Yes.
Plainfield North, as we talked about, some hard luck in that record for sure. It's just 2-5.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to get another win.
Two very tough teams at Yorkville, and then Week 9 hosting Oswego. So we'll see how that one. And Joe, again. Okay, let's correct this. The biggest surprise in the area is Joliet Catholic at 2-5, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest surprise.
Yeah, I knew they were going to be young, especially on the offensive line, but yes.
Should win. Should beat De La Salle at De La Salle. Then Week 9. Here comes week 9.
And
we all knew it.
Yeah, of course we did. And that's going to be a tough game for Joliet. Like I said, Providence is vastly improved since week 2 when I first saw them against Lincoln Way Central, and that's going to be a tough game for Joliet Cap.
We've talked about Joliet West and Plainfield Central, both 2 and 5. The Tone at 3 and 4, Joe. Can they find their way to 5?
They can. They have to, first of all, take care of business at home against Mantino, and then at Herscher the last game.
So obviously you can scratch out that Lyle forfeit. That's included in here as well. So they will have 4 wins. But boy,
Reed Custer has to win this week.
Yeah, at Herscher and then versus Wilmington week 9. Yeah, gotta win. Gotta definitely get a win this week, no question. Romeoville, as we mentioned, at Plainfield East. That's probably most likely for the conference.
This is the game, for the conference.
And then hopefully, fingers crossed, if needed, they can go out either way. They can go out and beat Plainfield South in week 9.
Right.
Lockport, as we talked about, on a nice roll here now. Things going Georgia's way. Lockport will be at Mattia Valley tomorrow night and at Nequa in week 9.
Yes, but they can win out, though.
George, get them out on the grass next week. Get them used to the slop, because that's what you're going to be playing on at Nequa Valley, I'm sure.
It's amazing that they haven't gone turf there.
Allegedly, I keep hearing allegedly it's coming, but
turf has been talked about there, I feel like, for like a decade. Yes. A decade plus.
Yeah.
That field is not good.
Plainfield East, same boat as Romeoville. They win this week. They probably secure the conference, and again, Plainfield Central in week 9.
If they beat Romeoville, they could wind up 6-3, which would give them a better seed.
Yeah. And still Romeoville could get in at 5 and 4.
Yes.
So all good there. Providence, Joe, we both had a chance to see them last week. Should win at Marion and then at Joliet Catholic week 9.
Yep. Week 9 game.
And you'll see them there.
Yes, we'll be at that game next week too.
Manuka on the road, Joe. That's going to be a really good game with Bolingbrook.
I think so. And as I mentioned before, if this game is a shootout, they're in trouble. They got to hold them to within 14 points or 17 points.
Yeah, because every win they've had this year, minus the blowout with Lincoln Way Central.
And as Matt said, you got to compensate for their speed. So that's a big one for Manuka.
Bolingbrook, again, both these teams are in, both have 5 wins. Bolingbrook obviously hosting Manuka tomorrow night and hosting Yorkville week 9. It's a good way to finish.
Both Bolingbrook and Manuka have tough games to finish off the season.
Yep. Lamont at Richards, big game there. And then, hey, Joe, undefeated Oak Forest in week 9.
Yeah.
Both on the road.
Yeah, I think Willie can get the one against Richards, and we'll see about Oak Forest.
Yeah, we just don't know, But we'll see. That's a great year for Oak Forest, no question.
Yeah, that's quite a while, too, I think.
Lincoln Way Central looks really good to win out here, Joe.
Yeah, I think, they'll beat Wabansie, and then they're at Rich Township, which, they could wind up 8-1.
They're okay. They're decent. They've got some athletes, but, again, they're still second team to both Kankakee and Crete in that conference. Wilmington at Reed Custer, and then at Coal City week 9.
Yeah, that's going to be the
big game week 9.
Huge.
Big game. And Coal City, they're hosting Herscher, and then obviously at Wilmington. Lincoln Way West hosting Bradley. That's our game of the week, 7:15 kickoff. And then at Staggs. So obviously a very good shot here for West, Joe.
You're going to go 9-0.
9-0 and get a very high seed in 7A. That's what you're playing for, no question.
That's exactly right.
Morris hosting Sycamore and then hosting Byron Center, Michigan. I think they wind up 9-0 and be a very high seed, probably in 4A.
Yep.
At Lincoln Way East, the final team at Naperville North versus Sandburg. 9-0?
Yeah, 9-0.
Yeah, I think so. By the way, we will be at that game next Thursday.
Yes, Thursday night.
Same bat time. Actually, it might be a little bit early. We'll find out from Slocum what we're going to do about that. But same bat channel, we'll be there. And then obviously we will have that game on the air right when it starts. So, yeah, come out to Lincoln Way East. We'll be out there. We'll be doing our show from there, Evan. And, again, just looking forward to seeing some of our fans and come out and join us and come out and watch Lincoln Way East. Hopefully, we can see a record.
Maybe. You never know. It'd be cool. It would be.
One of the things I was looking here at the schedule, Edge, and I wanted to ask you, with Lincoln Way Central at Rich Township in week 9, Rich Township, that was one of those school districts where they ended up combining the
Rich East.
How has that worked out overall over the last couple of years? Has it had a positive impact, a negative impact, no real difference? Because we know how it had the impact it had here in Joliet, and it wasn't necessarily a positive.
Very similar.
Yeah, the first year they made the playoffs.
Right. Very similar. Very similar to Joliet Township.
Yeah.
Where I think the basketball program's going to be very good. The football program's okay.
Yeah.
Not great, but just okay, and we'll see how it progresses. But it's a pretty good comparison for sure.
Yes.
You got someone there? Hey, thanks for calling Pigskin Preview.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
All right.
What do you got for us?
Calling to talk about my Raiders a little bit.
Fire away. We're here for you.
Yeah, do you guys think that maybe we're being underrated?
Yeah,
Not,
it's a good point for sure. I think again a little bit of struggles early, but things have really come together. Love Timmy Lewis, the running back. I mean, he's a big time recruit, and Prescott on the defensive side. So you've got some name guys, and Joe, we talked about the quarterback definitely has been coming along this year.
I think that the duel in the backfield is very good. Both have great speed, and when they run the RPO, I think they're definitely a threat. And Coach Pettigrew we had on last week, and he said they're finally getting back to being healthy again, and they're definitely a team to watch out for.
And
I
I like the way they're closing out the year with the schedule. 2 really good games with Minooka, and then Yorkville in Week 9. So
yes.
Those are 2 good tests to get them ready for the playoffs. So yeah, I definitely would say you've got a bit of a case to make there. But the only thing I will argue in this area, as you well know, I'm sure, there's a lot of good teams here, no question.
There are. I think with this particular group, they haven't won in a while. A couple of years since they've been in the playoffs. But I think they needed some time to learn how to win. And I think we've been seeing just the confidence building them throughout the season. And, there's some things they had to work on with special teams, but offensive and defensively, there's not too many in the area that are better that I've seen.
Well, that's good. That's great to hear because, like you said, it had been a down couple of years. But, hey, look, it's Bolingbrook.
Yes.
And there's talent. There's always talent in that district.
Always
whether
speed,
it's
too.
Football or basketball or what have you, there is always talent there. And yeah, we're excited. We're glad. Unfortunately, we're not able to do the game tomorrow night, but we definitely have been trying to keep tabs of the Raiders for sure, and we definitely will in the postseason as well.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling.
Yep, appreciate it. Unknown caller, thanks for calling. That's what he'll be known as from now on, the unknown caller.
And what's funny about that is we had somebody coming in before the show and asked us about a surprise team, and you mentioned right off the bat Bolingbrook.
Yeah.
Because as our caller said, the last couple of years they've been down a little bit, and it's taken them a while. But again, they're definitely a team that can go away.
All right, Brian Stone, we're going to hold you to this, okay? He's claiming Neuqua Valley is getting turf in 2026. All right, mark it down, boys.
I'm going to hold you
we're
to that,
come
Brian.
We're going to come hunt you down next year if there's not turf there.
Oh, funny. And you'll be hearing from Coach Rod soon on the telephone. I want to talk to you.
Oh, there you go. All right. I guess we need to take a break, huh? All right, we'll step aside and take a break. When we come out to the phone lines, the one and only, the Wizard of Kankakee, Steve Soucy, joins us. We'll talk playoff projections. You are listening to the Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
State Farm Agent John Wright. The smell of football is in the air, and the countdown to lifting championship trophies has begun. My award-winning team and I know the championship feeling, having supported high school football and local community events for over 30 years. If you want to know what it's like to be insured by the right team that is second to none, call me, John Wright, at 815-725-5052. Like a good neighbor, the John Wright team will be there when you need us.
Hi, this is Adam from Newmark Credit Union, inviting you to join us this Tuesday for our Money Talk radio show. Don't miss out as our guests talk about topics that can help you do more with your money and achieve your goals. And who knows, you may even be one of our lucky callers to win a $25 gift card. And all you have to do is tune in and listen this Tuesday just after 9 a.m. here on 1340 WJOL. Will County's News Talk Sports.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Center for Family Services, a nonprofit serving foster youth in Kendall, Kane, Will, and Grundy counties, invites you to join them as they celebrate 40 years of making a difference at their 40th anniversary fundraising gala, happening Saturday, November 15th at the Clarion Hotel in Joliet. The evening will feature dinner, live music, dancing, raffles, and a true community celebration. Tickets are $125, and every ticket helps provide stability and support to foster youth in our community. Get yours today at cfsil.org. Just visit the homepage to secure your spot.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
That's a really cute costume for Emma. I've been looking online at costumes. Yeesh, those prices are scary. Makes me nervous because we have much bigger expenses coming up, like our furnace. It's not working right.
Oh, we called Roscoe's Heating and Cooling when we needed a new heating and cooling system. I thought it was going to be a nightmare, but pricing was much better than I expected.
Really? That's encouraging.
Yep. Roscoe's has 3 options for financing that were really helpful. We chose the plan that was right for us. And it ended up that the monthly payments were so easy to afford, it's actually our lowest monthly payment.
Sounds like they're all about doing what's best for homeowners.
Absolutely. They're such nice people, too. Definitely call before Halloween, though. They said they had special financing that disappears on October 31st.
I better call Roscoe's before this deal vanishes.
Exactly. Go online. ROUSCULPS.com. That's ROUSCULPS.com.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is the Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM along with the coach Joe Rodriguero and Evan Bredesen behind the dial, spinning your dials. And Joe, it's time.
The Wizard.
The Wizard.
Dial him in.
We welcome in the one, the only, the Wizard of Kankakee, Steve Soucy from Friday Night Drive. And just joining us, he just finished his podcast appearance on View of the West, which I think he was on for 7.5 hours. Is that about right, Seuss?
Maybe a little under that, but yeah, it was a long one. It wasn't quite as long as the one we did, I believe, last year. But we wandered into the weeds again.
and there was, I'm going to go back and go through it again and grab some screenshots because you had some just absolutely priceless expressions during that podcast. Priceless. Oh well. Appreciate your time, my friend, as always. We have to start immediately talking about Joliet Catholic. So what is the scenario? What are we looking at with them right now, come playoff time?
Well, when it really comes down to it, now they've put themselves in a situation where they absolutely have to win out. The De La Salle game, looks like a win on the grand scheme of things. And then you've got a Providence team that is, we've talked about this before. Every time I look at them, I'm bumping that grade up on Providence a little bit more.
Yep.
And now I've gone from believing that maybe, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I thought maybe Joliet Catholic was a slight favorite in that game. I've completely reversed course on that. So
you kind of saw what we saw a week ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you never know. And, I can point to, literally 50 instances where you look at that Week 9 game and it's a team with a sliver of hope if they get that win and they rise up and they play well. So I'm not going to put it as it's impossible, but
I mean, even if they get that win and finish 4-5, it's not a lock because there's no guarantee that we're going to need 4 and 5s. And there are a couple potential 4 and 5s out there that might end up with more points than they have. So, like I said, even if they get that win, are sitting there at 4 and 5, I think we would need the field to accept 2 or 3 of those teams before one of them could potentially be Joliet Catholic.
How many did you have in your latest mock?
I had 8, and like I've been telling people all along, that is a number that right now looks large.
Yeah.
And odds are it's going to go down because, like we just talked about, we're going to have a 4-4 in Week 9 beat a 6-2.
Yep.
On paper, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And when we talk about how many I have in right now, that's because in most situations, if we have a Week 9 game where it looks like we're going to have a 4-4 and a 6-2, I project the 6-2 team to win.
Right.
It doesn't happen every time, but most of the time. So every one of those times that happens, that's a team that's taking one of those 4 and 5 bids away. If they end up winning that game, if they rise up and get a 5-3 team, for example, that or they 6-2, and in some cases it's been a 7-1. But those 4-4 teams are the wild card list. When you're heading into Week 9, you look at them. Who are they playing? Are they teams that they maybe, if they put their best effort together, can pull off that upset win over a team that maybe doesn't feel the same desperation? Because if you're going into Week 9 at 6-2, you're going to be in the playoffs. You're not going to throw the kitchen sink at your opponent because you don't need to. So so sometimes those games happen. And last year there was a bunch of them. We headed into that last week thinking maybe we were going to need 5 or 6, and when the dust cleared, we needed only 1. So, and then 2 years previous, it was the exact opposite situation. We had teams that were playing 4-4 teams that were playing teams with lesser records, and they didn't win that game. Yeah. So then we ended up needing 6. So it all, like that night, that Week 9 night that's coming up in now a little over a week, those are the teams that if you're interested in how the back of the field is put together, watch the 4-4s. What are the 4-4s doing? Yep. And that's, last year was very strange with what happened with the 4-4s because usually you'll have, 5 to 10 games that feature 2 4-4s playing one another. Right. So the winner goes in, the loser goes up. I still, it's almost a year later, and I still haven't figured out how it happened. We didn't have a single game across the entire state where 2 4-4 teams played last year. So that was absolutely crazy, but that won't happen again. There will be games where it's basically win or go home. There will be several of them around the state. So for me, in Week 9, I'm watching everything, but I'm watching the 4-4s really carefully.
We had a viewer ask us about Geneva at 4 and 5. Are they high on the point total? I wouldn't imagine they would be, would they?
Well, no, they're not. Because you look back at their non-conference schedule, and they play in a conference that limits your ability to do that. And one of the teams that they played in non-conference is Elgin Larkin. So that's not going to get it done for you. You need somebody contributing minimum 5 or 6 points in a non-conference type of situation because every time Geneva wins a game, they're only going to get 3 wins from their conference opponents, and they need to get whatever additional wins they get from their non-conference schedule. So, for example, last week both Elgin Larkin and Oswego lost. So 3 points in a week, not going to get it done for you. If that's something that you're looking to do, 5 or 6 points a week, every week is what you need to get done from your schedule, and that isn't going to get it done.
Are we getting clarity on the East? Are we starting? Do we feel better this week about the Southwest Prairie East?
No.
But we have a little more clarity. Potentially 2 teams could get in.
Yeah, then I think we're going to get into a situation. There's probably going to be some sort of tiebreaker, but when you look at it, who is going to be involved in that tiebreaker? I look at it. from the outside looking in, and like I would say just from nuts and bolts of it, I mean Romeoville's probably maybe in a little bit of a problem here because they've got to play two of those teams that are in that tie with them. So, but fundamentally they have to sweep those games to keep themselves in that tie break, effectively knock out those two teams that they're playing. But all the other ones at least have one win against the potential tied teams. So it's a mess. I mean, to be completely honest with you, and it's a mess in a weird way because two of those teams, the only way that they're going to get in is by winning the conference because they already have 5 losses because the automatic bid comes with the conference championship. So for Joliet West and Plainfield South, they've got to get to 4-5 and win the tiebreaker because they don't have enough points to be a 4-5 wildcard team, not even close. So their only in is by winning the conference. So they can get to 4-5 and then lose the tiebreaker and then they're out. But if they win the tiebreaker, then they get an automatic bid as a conference champion. So there's just a lot of levels to it. And I think we'll get a good amount of clarity this week, but I still think it might be in chaos heading into week 9.
Yeah. But if Plainfield East happens to beat Romeoville tomorrow night, it kind of clears things up a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it puts Plainfield East in a pretty good situation because then they would have, not only would they, even if Joliet West, is in that tie, but they beat Joliet West, they lost to Plainfield South. So the only thing that can really hurt Plainfield East here is if the dust clears and the only two teams standing on the top lines are Plainfield East and Plainfield South because South has that head-to-head win. If it turns into a three-way tie, Plainfield East is in much better situation because they didn't give up a bunch of points in their game against Joliet West, and that would be a 3-way tiebreaker facet. If Joliet West was involved in it with them, that would be not only would they have the win, but they would also have a very small amount of points allowed. So, yeah, like I said, there's just a lot of machinations with it. The tie kind of depends on who is in the tie more so than whether or not you won the clearance. So it's one of the trickier, weirder things that I've ever seen, but it's definitely, it's not unprecedented. I mean, I want to say about 5 years ago, Joliet West won the conference with a 4-5 record.
Right.
So, and this has happened before. So it's just something that you just kind of have to keep an eye on when you get late in the season. You have a team, two teams in this case, that have already had that 5th loss, but still have an out that they can win this conference and get that automatic bid.
Hey, we're going to be out Thursday at Lincoln Way East. Why don't you come hang out with us? You going to be able to come out or no?
I'm coming. So I'm definitely planning on attending that game.
Come out early. Yeah. We'll be on there. I don't know. I'll let you know later in the week what we got going on. But yeah, we're gonna do pregame stuff with Pigskin Preview, and then the station's obviously going to cover the game. So yeah, definitely come on by. Come hang out.
Absolutely, no problem. I will plan on doing that.
As far as from the area, and we had talked. And by the way, are you proud that I didn't mention anything about the Roxana proposed system yet?
Well, you're doing it now, though.
No, but we're just going to move on from it. So.
Okay, well, fair enough. All right, that's
you've
fine.
talked enough. I
put in my time on that one this week.
You're
so.
fine. We're having fun now. This is fun time.
Fun time.
Yep. Yeah.
So we were asked about biggest surprises, and obviously Joliet Catholic at 2-5 is a big surprise, but Bolingbrook's a team. Your thoughts on Bolingbrook? Because all of a sudden Bolingbrook's kind of making a nice run here.
You just kind of look at it over the course of the season and very quietly, I look back at early in the year and I was like, I kind of looked at some of those early results, especially on the defensive side of the football. The Oswego game, I think it was in week 3. They got beat 42-7 in that game. And I was just like, ooh, boy, what's going on there? And then very quietly, I mean, I know the crossover games helped. All of a sudden, these guys started playing some D.
Yeah.
I mean, they cranked it down over the next 3 games. They've only given up 7 points. Now, granted, 2 of those were crossover games, but I mean, Oswego East has lost 1 game so far this season.
That was a big game for them.
Yeah, I mean, and that was not just a win. That was a comfortable win. So, that kind of raised the eyebrow. It's just an interesting situation with them because, they beat Plainfield North last week by 2 touchdowns, and I know Plainfield North is on the on the back end of that conference this year, and maybe not what they've been over the last couple of years. but they're a player or two away from being in this mix too. I mean, Manuka needed to score in the last minute to beat them.
Yeah.
I mean that's a good, solid 2-touchdown victory, and now they finish with Manuka and Yorkville. I mean, and I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities that they could win both of those games.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Hey, I know how you like to do a little cooking with this stuff and little what-if scenarios. What would the odds be of, I don't know, say a Lincoln Way East taking on, I don't know, like a Loyola in the first round?
You know, it's not out of the realm of possibilities because, you know, what the most interesting thing about Loyola and their situation this week is, you know, I don't know what happens in this game this week. I think Loyola will beat Carmel.
Yeah,
but I
picked Loyola, but I'm with you. I don't know.
I'm not entirely convinced. And then you look at their schedule. Week 9, they've got Mount Carmel. So you know what the reality of their situation? No Week 2 game. Yep. If they were to happen to lose both of these 2 games,
you're not in.
Guess what? Loyola's a 4-5 team with not enough points because they didn't play a Week 2 game. So I mean, their record will be 4-4, but for the intents of this exercise, no game is just the same as losing it.
Yep.
So, I mean, they would be in the 4-win group, and they would be evaluated as such. And since they didn't have that Week 2 game, they have a good amount of points, but it won't be enough.
Yeah, I saw that and thought, oh boy, how fun would that be, Coach Joe? Round one.
I mean, if they do end up at 5, if they do end up with 5 wins, I think they probably end up at the 28, 29 seed line, which is a real doozy for whoever is the 4 or the 5. Yeah. But I don't. Lincoln Way isn't going to slide that far. I mean, they're at this point they're either going to be the 1 or the 2, provided that they win out.
I know you and I agree on very little, but I know in the preseason we both said we really like Lincoln Way West and Central. You still feeling that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm really interested in this game this week, especially for Lincoln Way West with Bradley. I'm interested to see what they do. I really like the Warriors' defense a lot, and I think it's going to get sternly challenged this week with a Bradley offense that has a lot of weapons and the ability to move the football a lot of different ways. So this is the test that I think they need. But I think if they can get past this game and then end up running the table and finishing 9-0, it's going to be a real good situation for them on bracket night because the way that 7A is kind of breaking down right now, I mean, I think what's going to ultimately happen if Lincoln Way West wins it, there's only going to be 2 undefeated teams in 7A. And that seems strange, but I mean, it's kind of crossing the upper classes. That's the same thing that's probably going to happen in 8A. You're going to have Mount Carmel and you're going to have Lincoln Way East, and that's where you're at there. You want to go even farther down the rung. There's a scenario in play where 5A might not have any undefeated teams, and if Glenwood slides down to 5A, they're going to be the only undefeated team in that class. But guess what happens to 6A? Glenwood leaves no undefeated teams in 6A. So I haven't looked this up yet, and I'm going to at some point in time this week. I don't know if that's ever happened in the 8-class system.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, there was one year where I think we may have done it in 4A, but I don't think it ever has happened in 5 or 6A where we did not have a single undefeated team in the field.
And
so right now, the only hope for both of them is Glenwood.
All that does is back up the scenario that we've had all year long, Steve. And what's that scenario been? There's a couple of really good teams, and then there's everyone else.
I mean, I know we'll end up talking about this in 8 or 9 days when we start picking state champions, and I know you and I are both kind of doing the same thing in our head. But when I look at some of these classes, I'm like, how many of these teams can I legitimately put on a list that I think at least have a chance of getting to the state championship game?
Yep.
And in a couple of these classes, that list is pretty long, almost longer than I remember it ever being. I'm not talking about favorites, but I'm talking about teams that if they get hot and play well, that they can make it. And I think those lists are pretty long, especially in the middle classifications.
All right, buddy, we got to cut you loose. Appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Zeus. Steve Susie joining us. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back after the break. Luke Lokink joins us from Lincoln Way West. This is the Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
Official rules for WJOL AM 1340. No purchases necessary. All contestants must be at least 18 years or older to participate unless specified in contest rules. All state and local, federal, and other taxes and other fees for prizes awarded are the sole responsibility of the winner. Prizes valued over $600 will be issued an IRS 1099 form to report their winnings. All prizes are awarded as is. All entrants and winners agree that the station Alpha Media LLC and their affiliates shall have no liability and shall be held blameless for any injury or misfortune or damage to any person or property insured by entering, participating in, winning, or losing any contest by use or non-use of any prize received. All entrants and winners agree that the station may broadcast or publish their name, city of residence, photo, videotape, film, or any other likeness, including their voice, recorded or live for any reason the station deems necessary without compensation. The radio station reserves the right to change the rules for any contest at any time without notice and limit the number of times an individual may enter a contest or drawing. The radio station will not be responsible for busy lines, disconnections, poor connections, computer malfunctions, lost, late, or misdirected emails, faxes, or mail, or any other circumstances. Get a full list of rules at WJOL.com.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
I'm Chris Brown, Mayor of Morris. Our city is investing in bringing people together over great food and making memories. So we're introducing a restaurant incentive program to help bring more restaurants to our vibrant downtown. With grants of up to $50,000, property owners can add or expand commercial kitchens. Community life. It's all a part of keeping our historic downtown thriving and diverse. Please visit morrisil.org or contact our business development department at 815-941-3685.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Times are tough right now, and no one should go to bed hungry. Hands of Hope of Illinois and the Joliet Hope Center are here to help. The Joliet Hope Center is not a food bank or a food pantry, but offers food and household items at deeply discounted suggested contributions. There's no residency requirements, and it's a private nonprofit 501c3 organization. The Joliet Hope Center is located at 511 Oakleaf Court in Joliet, right by the post office on McDonough Street. Find out more about the Joliet Hope Center at Hands of Hope, the number 4, the letter U.org.
Your official home for Joliet and Will County sports is 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is a Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. EDGYTIM along with the coach, Joe Radiguero and Evan Bredesen. And gentlemen, we go out to the phone lines, joined by the head man in charge of your Lincoln Way West Warriors. His name is Luke Locane. Coach, welcome aboard.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you here. And again, our game of the week tomorrow night. All right, what time's kickoff?
Yeah, what time's kickoff, Coach?
Senior night tomorrow.
Oh, so 8:30. No, I'm kidding.
7:30. 7:30 kickoff.
Okay. All right, very good. Covered. Thank you.
we have 37 seniors this year, so it's going to be a little bit longer.
Wow. Well, that's good though.
Yeah, all right.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's great. You know, the most seniors we've had in program history. You know, it's a really special group.
Got to imagine, and again, you're definitely going to get tested here at the very end, and starting tomorrow night with obviously a very good Bradley team.
Yeah, you know, you watch the film, and you know most teams keep me up at night. But this is a team that there's a handful of kids just offensively. Anytime they touch ball, they can score. Yeah. It doesn't matter where they're at on the field. Very, very well skilled. They got a fullback, Mike Cole's nephew. Yep. It's a 3-year starter for him. I've been impressed with the kid since he's been a sophomore. He's a really physical kid. Really scary team, that's for sure.
Luke, I'm going to go back to last week. Talk us through what time did you guys leave and it didn't have.
Lapeer. Remember, Joe? We talked about.
Yeah, we're not going to say what we talked about on Sunday, really? Edgy and I, about what Lapeer means in French.
Would I get fired for that or no, Joe?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
I'll text you, Luke.
You'll text you. But talk us through that.
Yeah, I thought it was a great trip. I'm really, really happy we did it. For multiple reasons. We want to get these kids in every situation we can, leading them into postseason. And we got an opportunity to play on Saturday, which is great. We got an opportunity for a long travel game, on a Saturday because you don't know what situation you're going to get thrown into here in the playoffs. And the kids had a blast, great bonding experience with them. And we treated very well up there, great people in Lapeer, Michigan. And we came back with a win, even better. So we took off out of the parking lot at 6 a.m. And it's about 4.5 hours. And we got back about 8:30.
Not terrible. Yeah, a very long day, obviously. But you guys managed it really well. And Joe, we talk about this all the time, and Luke, I'm sure you can relate, but we talk all the time about, obviously, the smaller classes are still north-south geographically for playoffs, and we're huge fans of 1 through 32. Are we missing, is that one of the aspects that I think gets overlooked, is that travel aspect where, it's an experience, it's a learning experience. I mean, I remember in high school going to Peoria and playing at Peoria Stadium. I mean, I didn't know the world existed west of Joliet. I had no idea. And that's stuff you go through and you learn as a kid. I mean, I just think kids are missing that experience because it's tremendous.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I just the last 12, 15 years at West, we've made that trip down to St. Louis, 5 times, throughout different playoff runs. And we kind of have it down to a routine that, we were doing since the beginning. And but we also feel it's important to get kids ready for that. And when we had this opportunity come up, and we kind of jumped on it for multiple reasons, and playing on Saturday and long travel was one of the main ones. And at the end of the day, it was a great experience for those kids too. You get to spend 4 hours on a bus with your best friends, and go out and play football in a different state, and enjoy a trip back, eating pizza and laughing and watching college football on their phones, and it's like a mini college experience, and it was I was very happy we did it.
Luke, your defense has been outstanding all year. We got a chance to see you guys against the Lincoln Way Central, and by the way, the only loss the Lincoln Way schools have is when you beat Central, so that says something for the Lincoln Way area, and with Providence too. It is kind of a melting pot of just great teams. Could this, defensively, you've got great players on your defense, and they seem to be in sync. And I know that the seniors, with 37 seniors, and I know you have quite a few seniors on defense. Has this been maybe one of your better defenses that you've had?
Yeah, this is definitely a group that's getting to one of our better ones. And we had some great defenses throughout the past. And at the beginning of the summer, we changed some things up defensively with our front and our scheme. And with movement on defense, there was 2 or 3 kids who had defensive experience in this group. So we knew we had to teach a lot and focus a lot in the summer and throughout the season. It was going to be a building block because there are a lot of new starters. And if they're first-year starters or playing a different position than they did last year. And this group definitely has potential by the end of the year to be one of our better ones. You know, Scotty Peters took over the D this year for me, and you know, him and the staff of, you know, Cam Gavin, Matt Murphy, Nick Schaub, Marky Cogs, you know, and my dad, they're just doing an unbelievable job.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And again, you know, Joe talked about defense and then offensively. You know, talk about your quarterbacks. I think your quarterback is really just kind of really developing. He seems to be getting better every week, and just a really big part to what you already have is a pretty good run game.
Yeah, you know, Grant's a senior quarterback who has been sitting behind a 2-year starter who won multiple games in this program, just kind of waiting his turn.
Yep.
You know, and for 2 years has just been taking it all in. You know, listening to every meeting that Dave has had and every practice. And, you know, and he started off at the beginning of the year as a first-year starter. And we knew he could be, you know, one of the better quarterbacks in the area, but he just needed his game reps. And you see each game, he's getting a little bit better, and a little bit better. And, you know, the sky's the limit with this kid. You know, he is all 6'5". He's 215 pounds. He can run. He can throw. You know, some school is going to get a late addition, and it's going to be a great pickup for him when it comes recruiting time. And I'm really happy for him, his hard work, and everything he has done for this program, and just being patient and trusting the system, and, you know, making himself better. And he's definitely making our team better.
Have you had some guys backtrack on Jahar a little bit? You starting to see some guys coming through again? Yeah, you know, we've you know, Jahan, we've held him out the last couple of weeks, you know, going into after Andrew game. He had some ankle injuries, and we played him against Central. Then our plan was to hold him off and get him healthy towards the end of the season. And it's great to have him back this Friday, you know, at 100%. But, you know, Jahan is still getting a lot of great recruiting interest, but he's committed to South Dakota, and he really loves the coaches and the staffs there, and he's going to have a great career there. Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, we're going to let you go, but again, appreciate you sticking with us and joining us, and good luck tomorrow night. And again, that's the game of the week here on 1340 WJOL. Bradley at Lincoln Way West, and Joe, kickoff 7:30-ish.
Yes. And I'll see you tomorrow night, Luke.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for everything, guys.
All right, Luke. Luke Loking joins us from Lincoln Way West, and there you go, boys. 7:30-ish.
7:30-ish.
Guys, it's senior night everywhere. You know that. Everywhere we go, it's senior night.
Well, actually, you're right. But some schools do it at the beginning of the year. Some schools do it at the end.
I've been to
countless
homecomings, senior nights. So yeah, it's Joe. You just got to deal with it, pal.
Yeah. Oh no, listen. I'm used to it by now. Believe me.
You know, you've got Daniel bringing you popcorn and whatever else you need during the game.
Well, I don't eat during the game.
All right, I think that's going to do it. We're going to wrap it up, but again, I want to thank our guests, George Sharp, Matt Harding, Steve Susi, Luke Lokank. Thanks to the listeners, the viewers. Thanks, everybody, for watching. So next Thursday, we will be live from Lincoln Way East High School. A little warm-up for Lincoln Way East hosting Sandburg. Again, that's Thursday night. We'll give you a time. During the week, we'll announce it. But by all means, if you're at the game, come by and say hello to us. We most likely will not have phone access, so it's going to be a lot of on-site guests and what have you. But if you're there, by all means, come say hi to us. So again, thanks for listening, everyone. This is the Week 8 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
From the Abri Credit Union Studio, this is Will County's News Talk Sports, WJOL, Joliet.
Official rules for WJOL AM 1340. No purchases necessary. All contestants must be at least 18 years or older to participate unless specified in contest rules. All state and local, federal, and other taxes and other fees for prizes awarded are the sole responsibility of the winner. Prizes valued over $600 will be issued an IRS 1099 form to report their winnings. All prizes are awarded as is. All entrants and winners agree that the station Alpha Media LLC and her affiliates shall have no liability and shall be held blameless for any injury or misfortune or damage to any person or property insured by entering, participating in, winning, or